Starting. This hangout is live from Oregon. Actually, everyone else is in Utah, but I am now presently in Oregon, and we are going to have ourselves a little. Oh, there's my video thing. Oregon. Actually, everyone else is in Utah, but I am now presently in Oregon. So, Amber, go ahead and mute the live. Since you're on here, you don't have to watch live, because it's just going to be a feedback. And then up top, you'll hit the microphone button.
Yeah, I turned it off.
I can unmute.
Just had two screens. I forgot I had it on.
There we go.
So we're good.
All right, so we're going to introduce some of the people that we are celebrating today because they all did well. So starting from our left, Amber, what we're going to do here, we're going to talk about our experience with the photography decathlon. Maybe I'll start, then we'll go to the other direction. So my experience was I actually got to play. I played in the non-competitive, which is, I can't play competitive because when you pick the locations and then you're the technical judge and you know the judges pretty well, you can't play. But non-competitive is all right because the non-competitive, they aren't ranked against each other. They get points, and they're going to see their points, but it's not like first place, second, third, fourth, that sort of things, and there's no prizes. So it's totally fair. They got to play, and I got to go on Saturday, and I haven't been taking pictures all year long, really, just for business here and there. And so I had this amazing experience where I felt, again, like, oh, yeah, this is what it feels like to really feel that connection to creating and to photography again. So I had that experience by myself, and I was really happy about that. So now I'm like, I want to go out and take more pictures. And I really, honestly, haven't been taking pictures almost all year long, except for clients. So I haven't been doing the for fun stuff. I've just been focused on creating this event. So I think that's awesome, and I celebrated that moment. And we're going to go to Viraj. Is that how you say your name? And unmute your mic. I'll unmute it for you.
Yes,
you go.
That's how you say it. That's correct pronunciation.
And you were on which team?
I was on the team Ramrod. My team members were Ian and Meg Cox, and then Joel Head, and then me, Viraj Nagar.
Awesome. So you're representing them tonight?
Yes, I am. Team Ramrod.
Okay. So what do you think? What was one of the experiences that stood out for you this weekend?
So this was my first time connecting with this team. I met Ian, Megan, and Joel for the first time because of this photography decathlon. Ian reached out to me, and I was really excited. And there's a lot that I learned over just a matter of 2 days, which just blew my mind. I mean, it breaks your perceptions about photography, how you think about it, gives you an entirely new vision that you can, implement from there on. The live judging was an awesome part. You learned so much, from those judges when they're giving tips and when they're talking about images and how they see it. Such experienced people, how they see photographs and what they could have done, which you probably would only get when you spend like hundreds of dollars, and you got that for free, which is amazing. You learn about teamwork, strategizing, prioritizing, all of that. So it's pretty awesome experience for 2 days. You just learn, and 100% photography. 2 days, 100% photography.
So you guys went all out.
Exactly. It's like 100% photography. You're not doing anything. You're just eating and then doing pictures, which you would imagine, I guess, only professional photographers who's doing it for 100% income are doing it. But you do that. Everything is on hold, and that's what you're doing. And that's the experience you can't put a price on. So it's awesome. You know what I mean? It's just amazing.
Thanks. We've got some comments, and I posted those the link to the comments for the people in the chat to go. I put it in the chat there for you. And Bo's already over there. And I think that was someone else mentioned they had the same experience as you. Mandy said the whole experience was fantastic. The live judging was great. I know that the live judging was tough, and this doesn't work for everyone. When I started photography, I wanted to hear compliments, and that's how I kept on pushing myself. And there's some points when you get to a point where you're not progressing, and that's when you need someone to like kind of push you a little bit further. And luckily I had like this artistic family and artistic background, and I kept pushing myself and learning, and maybe I would have learned faster had there been someone critiquing, but I needed that like, you did awesome, and you did amazing. We love this picture. And actually this is kind of the yin and yang to that judging show. The judging show, it was harsh. It was this kind of beautifully harsh, like, we know what you did was hard, and we want you to get better, and here's what you can do. And in this, we're just kind of like, it's going to be the happy show, and we're going to celebrate.
One thing I can say on that, just for people to do if they, if they got bashed or they felt like, that was not good and I'm upset. And I was too. Frankly, there were a couple of my images that we talked about. I was really upset about it, but yesterday I opened actually today in the morning when I woke up early, I opened up the videos and I watched them again. And since the emotion was gone, I was able to listen to the words that they said, and I was not upset anymore. I was like, okay, now I'm actually listening to what they're saying, because at that time it was like negative, negative, positive, positive, okay, super positive, and negative, negative, and that's all that was going on. But later on, when it sunk in, and when you listen to the comments, they were really useful. So you should watch those YouTube videos again. It will help you if they're talking about your images.
All right, Bo, I know that you had a similar experience getting into photography, and I've known Bo for years, and I've seen his progression, and a crazy good progression. And I think by the end of the show, we may invite Bo to consider doing advanced category next year, because I think you're to that point, Bo.
It's nice to hear that I'm actually to that point. It's I've never thought of myself in advance, but the live judging, I absolutely love that. I know that Verena especially, she and I have a little bit different style, and I've seen her work for a long time too. So I think it's good to see what it is that the judges like, and it's always super helpful. I know when you did one for me years ago, that was the most helpful thing that I possibly could have done, was to have you critique my photos and tell me where I was good, where I needed improvement.
Awesome. And you were part of, introduce, like, this is Bo Sorensen. What team?
Yeah, so my team was called, like, nobody else in my team can say the team name. It is Japanese. It's called Shashin Shaolin. Shashin is Japanese for picture or photograph, and Shaolin is a kind of monk. So it kind of rhymed, went together, or it sounded similar, so I worked for it. But my teammates, there was Ben Forstner, there was Richard. Both Richard picked up a camera really for the first time before the preliminary photography decathlon, and then Nathan Ivey, who he's going to be the county commissioner here in Utah County. So we had a mix of people who were all the way from people who've been doing photography for a little bit, people who barely started picking it up, and it was a really nice mix. Nice.
All right. And I just wanted to go back to the comments. Ray Vision says that the judging was one of his favorite parts. And then Mandy said, also love the chance to shoot things that I don't get out and do often enough. And I think that's kind of the appeal, Decathlon, 10 Styles Photography. We're trying a bunch of different things. As a wedding photographer for so many years, what I learned was that being good at architecture really helped my wedding photography, because they get married at architecture. Being good at photojournalism obviously helps wedding photography. And vice versa. If you were a good wedding photographer, you could do well in this event because you know photojournalism, you know people photography, you know architecture, you know product. You're shooting pictures of rings and of all this stuff. And landscapes because you put people in landscapes. Some people don't. Street photography, sometimes they take it to people to streets and stuff like that. And then Ray Vision also said that we love hearing this, that he was calling all of his photography friends that they have to do this next time around. And that's what we love hearing. And the next time around, actually, we are going to start promoting pretty darn soon. As soon as we get a couple things ironed out on the website side, I don't see any reason why not start promoting at least the one in the fall and maybe one earlier. We'll see. All right, so we're going to keep on going with Amber, and then we'll start our celebration and see some pictures.
Talk about you. This was a huge stretch for me. I'm a portrait photographer. I don't do plants and crap and stuff. But we had a ton of fun. I don't think we stopped moving until midnight or 12:01 on Saturday.
Wow.
We learned how to cram a bunch of people in an SUV and drive up a treacherous mountain and not die.
We really need a good chat system on our website. So if anyone is technical out there, I'd love to integrate like Slack. It's got a lot of features we would love to have just to put out alerts, channel notifications, where someone could say, hey, this road is closed. And maybe they don't want to say it because they want other people to be frustrated like them. But I think we'll have someone out there telling people, don't go up there. You know, it's closed. So that's just some of the fun.
If we had chains, we would have gone all the way. We're
Nuh-uh.
pretty hard. Yeah, we totally would have.
Wow. Nice. All right, so we are going to get with
Jarvis?
it. We're going to, yeah.
One thing I was going to say, sorry, my connection's a little slow. I loved one of the nice aspects of the photography decathlon, and one thing that I'd encourage people to do it just so that they can learn this is it's really helped me to know what styles of photography I'm really good at. Before it was just, I'll take a little of this, take a little of, but then seeing how my pictures in the different categories came out all together, seeing how the judges judged them. It really helped me when we did this the first time around to refine and say, this is where I'm really good, and this is where I want to focus more of my efforts.
Nice. Yeah, totes. So where do you think you're good at now?
I know that I gravitate to architecture, cityscape, and landscape. Those are the waterscape is a subset of that. Those are where I really love it.
Okay, well, we are going to start, conveniently enough, with architecture in the intermediate. And because we don't want the show to drag on for too long, we are going to celebrate the top 3 images. And we have the website actually ready to go. So at the very end, I'm going to go into like some technical PHP admin and change a setting that I've been told that if I change that, everything will go live. And then everyone will see that. So if you guys want to like tune out now and just show up an hour later, you're fine. But we are going to celebrate some pictures, starting with, you'll love this, Bo, with you.
Hey.
And I'm going to drag it to the screen. Oh, I need to share my screen. So say goodbye to my pretty face and my beautiful shirt. We are going live to Jarvis' screen, where I'm trying to convince the A team to jump on. All right, here we go. Dragging 3rd place to the screen. You may recognize this, Bo.
I do recognize it.
That's a beautiful shot.
It was a tight race because, and I love it. Look, it's got the reflection, the fountain, and it's fun that we saw a similar picture. Great minds think alike. Derek Kind, I believe, shot the other version like that. This picture, I think, tugged at the heartstrings, and they loved the color. And remember, it's not just those final 3 judges. It was all like, 15 judges were involved, at least for your category, or your division, I should say. And this one was by Taylor Redman. I don't know that I have met Taylor Redman of Team Redcliffe's Labs. I'm not sure if he was at the opening ceremony, but he got this picture. It looks like it was on the second day there, the date. So you go in here, and one of the beautiful things that we have is if you hit this little Twitter button, where does it pop up? Maybe not at the moment. Let's just skip that. But it should automatically tag him in there and all that stuff. So it should be cool. All right, we are going to go to the first place image. Look how beautiful. That gets like full screen there. This was by Mandy. Mandy, you're in the chat room. What do you think? I don't know if there's a delay, so do we have to wait for her to think? To like, yay! Good job, Mandy. Mandy was from Team Focus Pocus. And good job. They're saying good job over in the chat. Congrats, congrats. Okay, so we were on like a 20-second delay. So, I mean, I wish Mandy jump on in. Yay, and P.S. the exit signs have been removed since the judging. That's awesome. You're a better person than me. I would have just, I would have gone in. I don't have Photoshop, so it's hard for me. So I would have gone in there and blackened them out. I don't have the ability to remove them in Lightroom so easily. It'd be tough. All right, we are going to go to the next round, which is Cityscape. You guys have any thoughts? Let me know. We are going to, and by the way, in that round in architecture, Sean Ray and Nathan Ivey had honorable mentions in there. So, all right. So third place. Now, Bo, do you when you watched the judging, you saw? Oh, there's Derek.
Hey.
How's it going?
We're
gonna get to you, Derek, and get your thoughts right before the advanced division. How about that? Like introducing you. Give your thoughts anytime you want now. So.
Okay.
Bo, in the Cityscape category, you recognized a couple of pictures, didn't you?
I did. I had one of mine in there and one of, I think it was Richard Yause's. Oh, and actually Nathan Ivey. So all three of our team shots were in that final five judgment.
So you'll probably recognize third place, which was Richard's shot from Ensign Peak towards the city. And then you may recognize this one, which was
that one.
second place.
I love the colors on that shot.
Yes, that was a subject of much discussion. And that's the thing. That's why you get a bunch of judges in there, because some of them rated it high, and some of them rated it medium. I don't think even rated it low. Even if they gave it some critique in there, they still recognized how good it was. So. And then one of my favorite shots from the event.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Was this shot by Nathan. And when I drove down that road and I saw Heber Valley in the background, I said, you know what? I wonder who's up for this challenge. Like, that is a cityscape, a townscape, a small cityscape. But I wonder who's up for the challenge. And he took the challenge and nailed it. Were you with him on this, Bo?
I wasn't. So we were all together on day one when it was all overcast and rainy. And then day two, we wanted to get a lot of different stuff in terms of waterscape, cityscapes, because we were hoping for that last sunset and that last good light when the clouds would finally break. So we split up. Nathan, he went around the back, up actually all the way to Mirror Lake, and then as he was coming back around, he went up the Heber Valley overlook to here and hit Guardsman Pass at the same time. And so, yeah, I mean, he hit this as soon as we saw it. We knew this was a great picture that needed to be one of our team submissions. So we knew right away that he'd nailed it.
All right. So here's the hard, maybe awkward question for you, Bo. I know that you are technically allowed to be an intermediate, even though we're going to invite you to advance next year. Nathan doesn't make a living from this, correct? From photography.
That's correct. He does not.
Okay, that was going to be a really awkward situation right there. Okay, because I mean, we're going to see his name a few times tonight. He did good, and
He did very well.
All right, so we're going to move on to the next category. Mandy, are you ready to say yay? Because here you are. Third place is Mandy again from Team Focus Pocus. We'll have to get her thoughts on that here online and see who else is in there. And then I love second place a lot. I don't know Taylor, but we see his name again. I think landscape's his deal, and these textures are awesome, and the mood is beautiful. Taylor, hats off. That was awesome. And I thought that the conversation that they had about this, what do you think the next picture is? What do you think took first? Does anyone remember this category? Nope.
I didn't pay attention close enough because it was a group.
There was one with the snow on the road. Is one that I really
that is the one.
Yes.
It is so funny.
Awesome.
Yes.
That they kind of tore this one apart a little bit, but they said, but it is amazing, and because of this and this and this.
This was hands down my favorite shot. Like, that was amazing.
Yeah.
I was so thrilled to see that shot.
Yeah.
It's incredible work.
I love it. It's got a feel. It's got a look. It's got that person. I don't know. I think, to me, this could have won in the Explore category, hands down. Wait, this is landscape. If they put it in Explore category, it would have won that category too. It's just, it's so much fun. I don't know what's in Explore right now, so maybe I'm jumping the gun there a little bit. We are going to go next to the night category. So let me open these three up. We need some more intermediate teams in here. We just keep on talking to Bo. Bo, you guys got skunked on that one.
I know. It's the one. I think the one category we didn't have anybody in the finals.
You didn't get a fourth or fifth, which, by the way, was Austin from Team ISO, and Sean Ray from YouTubers. And on the last one on Cityscape, you also had Mandy and Stephen Boyack. Both made the top 5. So, all right, we are ready for third place. Third place from Team Nacho. That's their name, actually. It's with a lot of O's, which is really interesting on our website, how that displays sometimes. Kind of throws things off. So maybe we'll put a limit on that someday. All right, this is Russ, which I didn't get the chance to meet. This is the Utah State Capitol building. I know there was a lot of discussion on the next two. But Bo, yours was in there. You made the top 2. And there it is. Number 2. Yeah, I believe it was pretty close. Yeah,
this was one. It interested me. Just the dynamics of the judges, and I mean, yeah, it really was an interesting conversation when they were talking about these night shots.
No one had anything bad to say about this one. How do you feel about that? They all kind of liked it.
That makes me great. I love it. Like, it's,
yeah, they love that.
It's always good to hear that.
And actually, it was a pretty tough category. The points were all pretty close together. I believe it was like 2 points apart from the top, which was someone else that I don't know that I got the chance to meet was Caitlin. Who wants to help me with the last name? Crystal, right? Why not? Caitlin, if you're there. Oh, how's it going in the comments over here? A Huber shot. Love it. Oh, Sean, you're in. How's it going? Sean, we'll unmute your mic.
Hey, it's going well. Just realized that I could jump in, and we needed more intermediate representation. So,
yes. So let's take a moment here. We're about halfway through, and you need to tell us about your experience on the intermediate playing this event, coming from a YouTuber perspective here.
Sure. This was interesting because I kind of got looped into it last minute a little bit by a teammate that ended up not really helping out so much. But I'm a videographer kind of by trade. I don't get paid to do it really, but I just do it as a hobbyist. And so photography is not really my, my go-to or anything like that. But I had a lot of fun. Like, this was something that seriously, immediately after competing, I called up both my brother and my dad, who are really, really good photographers. And then some of my friends that are local here in Utah as well. That I told them, like, guys, you have got to compete in this next time because, for one, I need a better team where people like Anthony Embreeze won't bail on you.
Hey, we're celebrating tonight.
Yeah. But I just honestly, like, I can't wait for the next one. I thought it was a big blast. I really want to do this again and get more people involved.
Okay. Well, we are on to looks like we're on to people category. So we're going to bring over, first of all, we've got honorable mention on that last round in night to Stephen Boyack and Nathan Ivey again. And in the people category, we got some honorable mention to Carson Young from Red Cliff Labs and Austin Luckett from Live, Dream, Explore. And now for third place, drum roll please, we have Stephen Boyack photographing Parker Boyack for the subject, your own team member from Team Nacho. All right. And then we have the second place you'll recognize.
Yeah. Congrats, Ben.
Congrats, Ben. Got beat out barely by your own teammate. Because I believe this was kind of one of the slam dunks of the night, right? And the judging.
It was, and as soon as Nate took the shot, we knew that was going to win. That was one that, I considered that one of the best shots of the entire competition.
Fixed. Okay, it was stuck on Sean for like 20 seconds extra, but it's back to being good. So yeah, so the one that they missed was Ben Forstner from Team Shashin Shouting. And all right, they're both of Nathan, right?
They are, and the interesting thing, the thing that I think that is, among other things that's so impressive about this shot of Nate is he took it of himself. So he set up the lighting, he got everything taken care of, and then he went in, posed, and shot the picture while he was posing.
Oh, well, how about that? All right, so we're going to move on over to something to photojournalism. Sean, didn't you have a top 5 in photojournalism?
I think I might have. I can't remember which one.
Nathan and Parker both had some honorable mentions in there. And we are going to see number 3. Tell us about this one, Sean. This is you. You took this.
I did, yeah. So I was actually using my phone to remotely fire my camera using the Wi-Fi on there in an app, and I just set the focus, and then I took an actual photo, the photo that's on my phone, and drug it right on top of my phone so it looked like that was on there. So a little bit of Photoshop play, but yeah, it's kind of what I did. I wish it was a little bit warmer. I thought it was a little bit too cold, but that was really what the night was like.
It was cold.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's team YouTubers. This is team ISO. ISO? ISO. I don't know. Devin Crissell. Oh wait, so was that a husband and wife team? We had that last name already. All right, I don't know how to turn off that sound going on, by the way, so just FYI. Hopefully it's not someone. Nope, no one's complaining. I'm not stuck on the wrong picture. Let's go to the top picture. Oh, we are going to recognize this name. Here it is. Devin Crissell. Uploaded 2 and did well. Photojournalism.
Yeah, he did.
So what do you think, guys? What was the strategy on, like, did you ever have something where someone was so good at it, you're just like, all 3 from that division are is yours? Derek, you guys do that? Amber? Did you guys ever do that? Upload all 3? Like, someone was so good at one particular thing that they uploaded all of them?
I don't think
Yeah,
so.
we've done that before. I don't know if we did it this round, but last
Jake
year,
did it last year, didn't he?
did all the cooking.
I think Mike could have done all of our landscapes, no problem. But we
Yeah.
didn't.
Okay. Y'all wanted a little shot at that. All right. Well, it worked out for them to a degree. Maybe it did. We are going to go to product, which was pretty fun. I enjoy the dynamic of 3 very different circumstances, 3 very different products. One was a kind of just, it's salt. It's a bottle of salt. And one was more of a service, where it was like, you're not really taking a picture of their product, you're taking a picture of their service, pictures they could use. Anyways, speaking of that, Bo, got a 3rd place in product with your kids, all happily watching the iPad, apparently. Good product placement there for iPad.
Yep, that's and the way that I did this is I remembered from a few years back. There's a blog post that Joe McNally did about getting the right exposure on the people, and so there's actually a flash that's sitting behind that, bouncing off a white piece. When I think it was Marina in her critique, she said, "It looks like somebody told the kids to smile and look like you're having a good time." And I laughed because I said, "Yeah, that's exactly what I told them."
Oh, really? That is funny.
It was almost word for word, so I thought that was pretty funny.
We are going to a picture of the salts, the real salts, made it for 2nd place. A name we remember again, Caitlin Crissell. I wish their team was in here with us. That'd be awesome. I wish this next person was in here, because this is perhaps one of my favorite pictures of the event, even intermediate or advanced. An amazing shot for VidAngel. You guys see this and you're like, oh, dang.
That was the best by far. That was so good.
Yes, I agree.
That was so good. So, Shante Black from Focus Pocus, super good job. We celebrate your...
I'll be surprised if VidAngel doesn't use this. They should
yeah.
Hands down. I mean, it's an amazing image.
And do you guys know that if VidAngel chooses this one for, like, marketing, that means we've told them, like, they need to, if they're going to give a prize and want marketing, they need to give a prize that's worth over $300. Mm-hmm. So they could be getting, Shante and her family could be getting 3 years of free movies from VidAngel. So, by the way, the winners, this 1st place, they have offered, it's not us, by the way, you guys know that, don't give us any credit. VidAngel is offering 1st place on both intermediate and advanced years of VidAngel. I can't remember the exact numbers right now, but it's pretty cool. So, congrats to them in the future as we learn who it is tonight. Isn't that exciting? All right, so we're going to go to street. We got just a couple more. And then Laleen Ray from Focus Pocus and Austin from ISO. Good job. You also got honorable mention. By the way, getting to honorable mention, getting to the 3rd round is like a guaranteed 5 to 6 extra points, 7, 8 sometimes. Like, that's awesome. That means a lot, especially when a perfect, amazing, like this picture or there was only, I don't know, was there anyone that actually got 30 points in the first round? You'll be able to see that individually, your own teams, once we get that up and running, and I have to go bug check. I've been going step by step. But you'll be able to see all of your scores from first, second, and third round for every picture on your team. So just letting you all know. All right, we are going to go to third place in the street category. Devin Crissell, Park City, downtown with a historic Park City Transit, from Team ISO. ISO. Bo, tell us about this picture, because I want to know, because you posted another one just today, and I'm like, holy crap, that's an awesome shot of the Provo Temple. And you're like, yeah, but I submitted another one, and it did pretty well. Obviously, you got a second place.
Yeah, so what happened here is I was going down to Utah Lake State Park because there was an event there, so I was like, well, I can get some compete pictures, and hopefully, in theory, the sun was supposed to rise and it not be really cloudy, and so I could get some water skates there too. I was there, it totally didn't work out, and I said, what am I going to do? I need to get, I still need to get pictures. So Provo City Center was close, and so I said, okay, let's go down there and take some shots. And the temple, with the way that the water was on the sidewalks, it just was perfect. And so I was walking around. I took a couple of traditional pictures, including the one that you saw that I posted on Facebook. And as I was walking around, I saw this, and I said, I've got to get a shot of that. We'll see what happens, if it turns out or not. And it ended up being one of my favorite shots that I took of the day, just because it's so different from anything else that I've taken of the temple. And I live here in Provo, so I've taken a lot of pictures of it.
Nice. Another one where they had some critique, but they obviously were like, obviously it's an amazing idea, very creative, and it did well. So your teammate, though, took home the gold in this category. A shot by Nathan
Congrats,
Ivey.
mate.
Shashin Shaolin. What does it mean again?
It's photography monk, essentially.
Okay. Well done. Nate, do you know anything? Were you there at this time? No? That was one of the ones?
I was. So what we did, this is on day one, we were up in Salt Lake. We came down to downtown Provo because the street that we were assigned in Salt Lake, it just feel that it was that interesting. And so we said, well, maybe there's something happening on Provo Center. We'll get there around lunchtime.
Okay.
So we did. We walked in and did some product shots with some fries and the real salt. And then we walked out and just walked up and down the street. And Nate looked back, grabbed this shot here, and then, of course, he processed it like a boss.
Yeah, that's pretty good processing. All right, we're on to thematic, where we have the 5 people that made it here. A lot of them are in the conversation or on our chat. So we had Stephen Boyack, Sean, Bo, Austin, and Mandy, all in this category. So you guys all did great. Celebrate that awesomeness. We're going to go ahead and say that Bo and Austin got the honorable mentions in this category. And we are going to start with Mandy. Thematic category, Pokemon. Mandy, in the comments, please let us know what in the heck that was behind them. We have no clue. And we want to know. It looks scary. So when she tunes in, let us know. All right, we're gonna go to Sean. This one's familiar. Tell us your thought process about using 2, which, let me add, was never anywhere in the rules. Was this ever not allowed? Now ask me if it's not going to be in the rules next time, because it is.
Yeah, I asked you about that because I knew that we were going to be stretched a little bit thin on our availability. I've still got to punch my 9 to 5 So on Friday, I had most of my day was, expended already. So I had to do what I could with what I had. But I felt like it fit. I think I actually used it. I used a couple photos multiple times. So I feel badly about that, but, I just did what I could.
All right. Yeah. Things kind of hurt when you miss that third team member. You still get to play. I mean, you're not, that you guys aren't in the running for placing as a team because you didn't have a full team. But that's all right. Yep. You got cool pictures. You're still allowed to submit some pictures, that sort of thing.
It was still more than worthwhile for us, or for me at least, I think.
All right, the first place one was shot.
You should take a look at Mandy's comment on what that was.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's see. Can you read that out for us?
Yeah, she says it's her husband in the wolf mask.
Oh my, that's fun. The mask was pretty lame, but the processing made it look a lot more creepy. Good job. Good job.
That's awesome.
Your husband looks super creepy. No, I'm joking. And first place, Stephen Boyack. I don't know if the Boyacks are in here, but we keep hearing that name again. Stephen did well. Look, who's playing? Is this?
I think that's Mountain View. It's Mountain View High School and probably American Fork.
All right, in the rain. Oh, I want to know if they had like an umbrella because that's a lot of rain. And I don't know if they have like the super pro lenses that are waterproof, So, all right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are down to our very last one for the intermediate. And then we're gonna do some things. We're gonna see what the page looks like for intermediate, what they're gonna be seeing. But first, let's go to some waterscape. So Devin Crystal from Team ISO went out to Mirror Lake. Congrats going all the way out to the Uinta Mountains. And then photographing just a side portion of Mirror Lake, not even the full lake. But you had the awesome trees. You had the little river that feeds into the lake, or one of the side ponds, which was in the area as well. So, all right. Now it comes down to, well, let me tell you, Austin Luckett, which you've heard that name a lot, and Stephen Boyack both had pictures that were honorable mentions. So that leaves Richard Yowsey and Laleen Ray for the top two spots. And I know Richard was pulling for it, and he should be incredibly happy that he made it to second place because he got some really high scores. Let me tell you what, from the judges at the very end. And I think they were both divided on this. Let me just double check before I say things randomly. Yeah, let's just be honest. I think he swayed 3 of the 4 judges, but it was just the other 15 judges really loved, and the other, the final judges loved this one as well, quite a bit. So this was Laleen from Team Focus Pocus, taken at the Great Salt Lake State Park, and I think the state park system is going to love this as well. We need to get a hold of them.
That was a beautiful shot. Really,
it's just an awesome moment
and perfect timing.
I have an email.
You got an email?
I always have an email.
Yeah, right. All right, so someone is in there. Yay, Laleen, go team. So Mandy, Laleen, they're on the same team. We've heard their names a lot tonight. Let me take a look at this intermediate. I just don't want to show advanced yet. Let me show you how the event pages will look once they are in the past. So up top here, we have the name of the event. So once I make it go live, you can go here and go click. And then this is what will show up for all the public to see. The top 10 images, which you'll be able to click, and they'll show up nice and big. Mandy, you're in the first place spot there too. And then you can go down here and see some of the stuff. Who played in that division? They could see the captains and the team names and go check out those. For example, Focus Pocus. We can go in and see what they've done, show all. You can see all the pictures that they did, see the competitors, and we can go into Mandy and see the pictures that she uploaded. I think that is this website's becoming like my pride and joy. And don't look, crap. Okay, back to intermediate. Just ruined the whole event for everyone. They're going to go back and pause it. And okay. Anyway, so we've got the who's playing, and people can go in here and see the different subjects. And then you can go in. I'm going to open as a new tab, learn my lesson. And you can see Salt Lake City Public Library. We talked to the public library. They knew that we were coming, and they knew we were going to get them some pictures. So we're going to send them this. Once we fix a few things, like, for instance, removing a picture of the Salt Lake Temple that we probably used for a test. All right, so back to here. Then we have the top images. You can see this was the list I was pulling from, the top 1 to 5. And then let's go to something kind of fun that there's no prize for this except to feel awesome, to celebrate what you've done awesomely. And maybe in the future, some partners may give it a prize, but we always want to celebrate our top teams more. Here are the top 5 photographers, starting from 5th place, Mandy Coombs. Good job, Mandy. Okay, let me explain for a moment. This is called the final adjusted score. Last year we did average straight up, and people had some complaints about that, and they were completely 100% valid. That someone that shoots 5 images and gets a high score, that's not as impressive as someone that shoots 10 images and maintains a high score. So what we did is, if you have a team of 4, that means you're all kind of shooting 7. So anytime you shot over 7, you got an extra point to your score. And anytime you shot below was -1, so that you could get -2 essentially. Meaning the expectation was 7. And then when you got to 10, you stopped getting as much of a bonus because you're kind of screwing over your teammates if you're doing that. So, and then when you got over 20 is impossible. So we didn't give you a bonus at all. So that means that, yeah, that's impossible to get 20 because your other teammates would. Actually, it was over 20. So if you had 21, that's impossible because your other teammates had to do 5. So anyways, that's the thinking behind that. When you here, Bo, you did good. Steven Boyack did awesome. Devin, we saw that name a few times. Devin, congrats. And then Nathan, your teammate. It was a tough fight between you and Nathan.
It was. I can't believe that I beat him. He had some amazing shots, so that's really cool. Congratulations to everybody who was in there.
And I think this is why one of the reasons we're going to perhaps invite you to come back and play in the advanced category next time. Cleaning up, doing good. And you know what's interesting about that? What do you notice, Bo?
I don't have any of the top 10 images.
You don't have any of the top 10 images, and you did well just across the board.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I did notice 6 of the 7 images that were mine were in that final judgment. So I'm super happy about that. That was really competitive.
Yeah, and you said you said 7, right? You submitted 7 pictures.
Yep.
So this is just your flat out average, because 7 means that's just your average. You got 37 points across the board. That is very impressive. So.
Oh, that's awesome.
All right, and then you can go in and see some of the prize winners. This is not complete. I have to go in and kind of do some of the assignments until we until we make partners, give them a login. So I've been doing a few of them, Smug Mug. So team, oh wait, we have to go to the top teams before you start seeing this. Shall we do that? Top team, third place, Focus Pocus. Mandy, are you there? Congratulate yourself.
Good job, guys.
Second place, Team ISO. There's an exclamation point, so I feel like, or is it ISO? I don't know.
ISO.
All right. ISO. And then, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to be a total surprise to you. We've got, oh, did I just click a button? I did. Where'd you go?
Be careful. You're going to quit. Yep. There you go.
Dang it. Okay.
It was fast enough. I didn't even see it. And I was looking for it.
All right. All right. We've got Shashin Shaolin, first place. And let me, you know what? This is meant to celebrate you guys. You guys won by a healthy margin. Good job.
So that means our team should be an advanced team then, I suppose.
Yeah, you did super good. And then ISO did super good as well. We saw that. Yeah, good job.
Thanks.
That is intermediate, folks. We still make the site a little prettier. We got things, but now we got to move on to some other things in programming world. Are you guys ready for advanced?
Yes.
We're going to introduce Jake, who joined us, and Derek. Derek, where are you? Come back to us. Jake, tell us about your experience. You're an old veteran. You and Bo have both played all three competitions.
Hello? Does my mic work? I don't know if my
Yes.
mic works.
It works. We hear you.
Dang it! I hate the decathlon. It really stresses me out. I dread it. It's so much work. This is my third time doing it. Jarvie, pick locations that are closer together next time. No, it's a lot of fun. It seriously feels like a decathlon. It's hard. It's challenging. It makes you do and think about things on the fly. It's really hard. It's different. It's like there's no photography assignment that's like the decathlon that I've had. So I love it. It's cool.
Awesome.
And I still hate you, Jarvie.
Oh, good. I remember last year you're like, that was one of the hardest things I did.
It's so hard.
Sorry. Well, thanks. Derek, come back in, introduce yourself. And because we're about to jump in to, let me bring it up here, advanced category, top images, starting with architecture. How about that? All right. One thing we need to know is that the Jake and Derek they've had experience with that. They're like they've played before. And, you know, that's part of it. Oh, look, I'm going to go back to me. We did film them this year, so this is kind of fun. To be able to show people the experience of the photography decathlon. Oh, this is the website, by the way. So here we go. Third place in the architecture division. First off, we had Derek Kind and Mike. What's Mike's last name, Amber?
Johnson.
Mike Johnson and Derek Kind both took honorable mention in this category. Oh, Derek, introduce yourself. We just talked about
Hi,
you.
guys.
Tell us about your
I'm having
experience.
technical difficulties here.
Yeah, we can hear you now, so keep on, go for it.
All right, well, hi, I'm Derek. I'm with the A team, and what Jake said. It's so much fun, though. It's a challenge, but it's the kind of challenge I love. Yeah, it's really up my alley, this kind of competition. It really helps to drive creativity. There's nothing better.
Derek maybe even has, and this is Derek. I'll switch to him. Say hi, Derek. They weren't seeing you before. Wave and say hi. Or stare. There you are. Derek plays this scavenger hunt, Krista Ray's scavenger hunt, quite often. So it'd be like doing it would be like doing 10 thematic categories, right, Derek?
You're kind of breaking up, Jeremy. I'm having a hard time hearing you on my phone, but yeah, the decathlon is pretty similar to the scavenger hunt that we've been doing on Google Plus, Krista Ray's scavenger hunt for the last few years. Because we're given 10 categories, and the categories in the scavenger hunt are just different words. So the words could be anything, like red, or like fall colors, or something like that, instead of different types of photography.
All right. So I'll explain a little bit more about it too. They did like 10 thematic categories, and but everyone's all in different places and all in different levels. So it's a tough fight. You're up, people that just started up against advanced people, but it's fun and it's been going for years for them, and it's helped Derek in his photography quite a bit. I know that. I've seen his progression over the years.
Just give a shout out to Laleen Ray. She's a scavenger as well. She's been doing a scavenger hunt, and she had that amazing image from Waterscape. I think that took the top prize. So
yeah,
well done there. That was nothing.
Good shout out, Derek, with your fellow scavenger. Okay, so good job, Derek, by the way, for getting the honorable mention in this category with architecture. Was fun. Your teammate did well. Let's see here. Brandon Garrett got 3rd place in architecture. This was so close. It just was. Remember the conversation about these top 2 images? They didn't have hardly anything bad to say about both of these images. This one, Braxton, took 2nd place. Everyone loved this one, especially you had a big champion with Verena, who just went on about this picture. So that means Derek and Jake, congratulate your teammate, David. Were you there with him, or did he go by himself?
Which photo is this? I can't actually see the photo.
This is the Krishna temple. There, Jake, take it from here. Oh, and I don't have it on them. Dang it, I keep on doing that. So we will go back. If anyone sees that I'm not on the right one. Brandon Garrett, 3rd place. Braxton Williamson, 2nd. And David Martinez, 1st place. Were you there for either of those 2, Jake or Derek?
I wasn't.
Yeah, I was there for both of them. David kind of went off on his own to find a different angle, and he got this angle where it kind of it sort of makes it more minimalistic, and worked out pretty well.
I have photographed that temple many times, and I've never done this. That is awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy about that.
The thing I love about this picture, Jarvie, is it looks like you're in the Himalayas. This does not look like Utah at all. Like, I look at this and I think, wow, this is somewhere up in Nepal or someplace. It's fantastic.
Cityscape. Congratulations to Maybo Hubbard from Photographers and Brandon Garrett, who both took honorable mention in this category. We want to now go to get your discussion here, Derek, because your picture took 3rd place. There was a lot of discussion about this. Tell us what you did for this picture of a girl with the city in the background.
Right, yeah. This is an interesting one. I just wanted to do something unique. Like, we had this idea in mind before the decathlon started. It was part of our research beforehand. Just something different for cityscape, because the cityscape category usually all ends up being the same. So, anything, we took a chance on it, basically. And yeah, so this was Christina, one of our videographers. She was kind enough to model for this shot. So I took 2 different exposures and put them together in Photoshop. It is something you can do in camera, but I decided to do it in Photoshop for more control.
Awesome. All right. I love hearing the story. We're going to go to second place. Brandon Garrett. I suppose you were there as well. This was at Ensign Peak, where the last shot was done. Now, I want to point out something. What were you guys, your thoughts on the fact that you submitted 3 from Ensign Peak, giving your team a pretty large penalty?
Oh, wait, are you talking about the tent shot?
Yeah, the tent shot.
Oh, no, the tent shot was at Squaw Peak.
Okay, I was wondering. I was like, that lake is very... you did mark it as Ensign Peak.
Oh, did we? Oh, okay, no.
Yeah.
That was a mistake.
Well, there's a separate penalty for doing a mistake, actually.
Oh, no.
I could change it to that. We'll see if it even matters. I should have noticed. Dang it, I should have noticed that this was not Ensign Peak. Okay. Good call. So we'll ask... I guess that question doesn't really matter right now. We're going to go and celebrate this, one of my other very favorite shots from the entire competition. I asked her about this today, and I'm like, look, I've done photography so many years. I don't have the lens for it, but I don't even know really how to do it. They're super cool, but for someone to do this during a competition, and it's not just that it's a unique effect, it's that the lighting is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
And this effect was done so well. She mentioned that she learned how to do it during the competition. Her teammates helped her. Super impressive. Good job, Meg Wheeler from Team Ramrod. That's your team, Viraj. Let's unmute you.
And yeah, I was with her when she was taking that shot. And
okay, tell us.
Well, me, actually, both Ian and Meg were on top of the peak while I was shooting architecture in the evening, just waiting for people to leave. And then I asked them where they were, and they said Ensign Peak. So I ran up to them, and then we were just sitting there talking, and then waiting for the sun to come at the right angle, and then it did, and there was a beautiful side lighting, and with all these nice trees. So just zoomed in, she zoomed in and took the picture. And then we were just talking about, how we can make this unique. And then, well, she did this, which is incredible. And we all loved it. We had the session the night of the submission, and we saw this shot and we were like, oh yeah, this is definitely an entry that's going in.
Nice. Thanks. Love hearing the stories. I mean, I live vicariously through all this. All right, we are going to go to landscape division. There's a lot of landscape photographers competing in this competition. Utah happens to be a little bit heavier on the landscape. When we do events in like New York City, you're going to want some like street and portrait and like food photographers on your team. So this must be a heavily fought competition. We'd like to congratulate Derek Kine and Tyson Rollins from Derek, which is with us from A Team, and Tyson Rollins from Death Picnic Aftermath, who both got honorable mentions in this category. And now we are going to go to third place. Viraj, take it over again. We want to hear your opinions because this is your picture.
Yes, it is. This was. Yeah, this is just around the bend. So when I turned my car around the bend and I saw this scene, I just jammed the brakes right in there and just took my car on the side. And then Verena was talking about this image, and she did, and I listened to the YouTube video today morning again. And
can I guess? Can I take a moment?
Yeah.
If it was me, I would have done the same thing. I would have said, "This guy sucks. Let me put a bunch of leaves there."
I did took the shot from in the middle of the road, and it did not look impressive. And I was like, I cannot leave this location without making this place look good. So I went to the side and I was like, okay, these make it look like it's touching your face. And the road is actually very, very wide. So it was the only way I could make both the ends of the road come a little closer and make it look like it's in Maine or, somewhere in, somewhere East Coast kind of fall. And it was just incredible. And I would want to thank, Photography Decathlon, because I talked to a lot of photographers, and not many of them have been to Wasatch State Park. And we went because of the contest, and this was the biggest win I think we all got. We got a place to shoot amazing fall, and another place, which is incredible.
The State Park Service is going to be very happy, endorsed by the State Park Service right there. I'm wondering, because, the best picture of each park gets the year-long State Parks Pass. This one's in the running, I think, for the Wasatch State Park.
Okay, hope we win.
Meaning, I don't think it. I know it's in the running, so we'll see what they say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I hope it wins.
Yeah. All right, and then that means that second place, he took a huge risk on this. Ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Garrett from the A-Team. Derek, Jake, take it away. Tell us what was happening here.
Awesome. Again, sorry, Jerry, I can't actually see the photos until...
It's the, the one, the abstract.
Oh, yeah. I love this one. I loved how it came out. We were just walking through the woods. I think this was on the way to one of the falls. I forget the name of the falls, but one of the waterfalls. Just on the way back, got this shot. Again, another idea we had in mind beforehand, so we planned something like this. And this was
You're like, I hope. You had a few ideas I know that didn't work that you planned. You really wanted night photography and Milky Way, and that wasn't happening at this event.
Yeah, we got skunked on that.
You drove a long ways. I know this. You drove like 4 or 5 hours out of your way, like 2 hours there and 2 hours back for no stars. All right, Amber, are you ready to tell us a little bit about this next picture, Amber, from your teammate?
Sure.
Were you there?
No, we went one morning and didn't get any sunrise. And so Mike went back the next morning after it snowed all night, so we could try to get some snow.
Do you guys live up there? That was a hard drive for most people.
Yeah, we live about an hour and a half away from there. Mike lives about an hour.
Okay.
We shoot up there, portraiture all the time.
Wow. Very impressed. The one time I ever went to try to go to Tony Lake, there was snow on the road and I couldn't get there.
4-wheel drive.
And now I have a 4-wheel drive vehicle, but I didn't back then. So, all right, this picture, I loved it. I mean, I would love it obviously a little bit more if it wasn't so close up top, but it's awesome, and I love the panorama aspect. And Mike, you did awesomely. Is he in the chat? I'm just trying to catch the chat here and there. I know, Bo, you're in there, so chime in if someone says anything.
Yeah, he says not much of a sunrise, LOL.
Oh, there he is. Yeah. Hey, Mike.
Yeah, we woke up at 6 o'clock to get up there, and there was no sunrise.
Oh, yeah. I think I may have seen a little video from one of your teammates, forwarded it my way, of you guys kind of walking around the lake in the snow.
Yeah, it was bad.
All right. Good job to those that did well there. We are going to go to the night division. Prajit Ravindran.
That's right. Prajit Ravindran, yeah.
From The Good Light, and David Martinez from the A-Team both took honorable mentions for their awesome pictures in a hard-fought night category, which means that 2 of you are pretty happy right now. That means you're in the top 30. Let's start with Derek's thoughts. I like that suspense. Did you guys like that? Derek, tell us about this one just a moment. It is the picture of the sand dunes with the red in the back. Obviously, some lighting was done on this. Or his video connection is dead. Moving on over. We're going to let Viraj, oh my gosh, Viraj, I swear, if it was any other category up against any other picture, this was one of the best pictures of the competition, Viraj.
Thank you so
That
much.
was way cool.
I loved this.
Thank you.
But I have to admit, I did love first place as one of my very favorites of the
It was
entire
incredible.
competition.
Yeah, when they brought it up, I had no, issues losing to that image. That was incredible.
This picture by Tyson Rollins, Death Picnic Aftermath, took first place, in case you guys were wondering. And it is just so Gotham. It's so
It was pretty
city. It makes Salt Lake look like New York City.
Yep.
And someone in a trench coat. And I don't know, it's moody, and you're like, that took guts too.
Yep.
And yours was just so executed. The judges were wondering, like, how this was done. How was it done? Did you wait?
It is a composite. But the trains, but even for a composite, since this was taken at sunset, because I want the clouds, nicely lit. I want the trains to be, coming closer to each other. So these both trains actually came at the same time, but not exactly at the same time. So like within 2 seconds apart. So I did have to make a composite out of it.
Nice. Well, it is awesome, and it's so like Salt Lake. We need to find we needed to work with Salt Lake City government. Like, hey, we're taking pictures of your city. You're going to want to use them and post them different places. Or the Utah Transit System, Utah Transit Authority. Yeah, super cool.
Thank you.
And Tyson, I don't suspect that he's in the YouTube thing. Nope. But Tyson, when you rewatch this, I know I've given you props already, but stellar image. So good. We are now going to, we've celebrated that enough. Time to move on to the next one, which is people category. And I want to give, celebrate. Awesome job by Amber. In fact, Amber, you're in here. Let's show off your shot here. Tell us about this one. Is this someone on your team? Is this Mike? You're muted.
Yeah, that's Mike.
Okay.
And his wife. Since we couldn't use models, his wife is a model, and we just threw him in there. Nice.
Yeah, totally works. I think we'll probably go back to models next year, but our model coordinator took a job with the NFL, so
modeling for the
she's doing like a video show for him. Yeah, so it's pretty cool. Awesome shot. This looks like you are definitely a portrait photographer. Is that correct?
Yes, I'm a people photographer. I specialize in newborns and families.
Nice.
So this was way out of my comfort zone.
Oh, really? Because they
Yeah.
they were.
Well, no, this was
a family.
the whole decathlon was out of my.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
this is fine.
Nice. All right. One of the most unique and interesting shots of the competition was this third place shot by Dustin Lefevre. Judges didn't know what to think. I am still like, don't know what to think, but that's the thing. I stare at this. Dustin, when you watch this, when you're not at work helping planes arrive safely at the airport, let me just say, it's not weird, but I stare at this picture. I guess that is weird. That is very weird. Anyone thoughts about this? Did you guys listen to the judging and like they're like, I don't know.
It was totally unique, which is, I think, in a competition like this, unique really, you take risks and you can win some, you lose some, and I think that I don't know. This is one that you don't expect seeing a guy's face pop out all those leaves, and I actually quite enjoy it.
I like extra points for being unique. I mean,
yeah,
we were trying.
Did you guys? You guys probably didn't know, but when they get to the second round of judging, the pictures that do make it, it's not a lot of extra points. You can get like up to 8 extra points in that round. But it is so much more involved in the judging for the judges. It takes them a lot longer because they look at the picture based on aesthetic, which is similar to the first round. And they also look at technical. So if they saw things like, oh, technically, it's not sharp or this or that, And then they also look at creativity and give it different scores. And each one of those is kind of worth 2.5 points or something like that. Possible. Never really gets to that much, but. All right, let's go to the second one, which was another very unique picture from the same team. They went very unique. I think they're just like, we're not portrait photography. Well, you know what? I know Dustin. He does some awesome portraits, self-portraits of him and his wife. So very unique places. So we got Kenyon Vishal from the team, the Good Light. Viraj, you know them a little bit better, right?
Yes, I have. I have been with. I've shot before once with Kenyon and with Prajeet, and they both make an awesome team. And they're just masters of light, especially night photography, and so and uniqueness is their virtue, big time. So when I heard that they were participating, I was like, oh god, we have to.
But from what I recall, none of them really had a lot of time. Dustin still had to go to work both days.
Oh.
I'm not sure about Kenyon and Prajeet, but I just know that everyone was scattered. But they had 4 team members, I believe, or 3 or 4, and so they're just able to kind of like separate the assignment amongst everyone. So that was done well. To be honest, the shot with the boots, love it. My favorite shot, and not every picture has to be my favorite to make it to the top. Because here is the top image. Joel Head from Team Ramrod. Didn't we have someone on Team Ramrod here?
That's me.
That's you. Yeah, duh, obviously. Okay, tell us about it.
So, well, you're looking at Meg, and Joel is shooting Meg. They have both the colored version and the black and white. Well, I like the colored version because it brought out Meg's eyes, which were pretty incredibly blue and really nice. They like the black and white, and it's great that they did not listen to me. They went with the black and white, and they made a great decision. It's a beautiful portrait.
Yeah, all across the board, all the teams, all the judges throughout three divisions loved those images, and it kind of went back and forth, I believe.
Joel is a good guy, and he loves doing these kind of shots. So,
from what I hear, the reason why they ended up playing in the advanced category was because Joel does make his living as a photographer. So,
yeah.
But it sounds like this is where you guys belong, regardless, because you put so much effort. And I heard the stories of you guys up on. You got up to Ian made it up to Francis Peak.
Ian did.
Before the snow closed down. So he went right after the opening ceremony and got up there.
Yeah.
So.
Right in the night.
All right. We are in the plant category. Amber, you saw your picture being judged, right, on the plant category?
Sort of. That's about when you clicked out last night. Or the other night.
And then they did the recaps, though, right?
Quick recap, yeah.
All right. Well, you did well. Let me go back to, let me just close all these. I don't know which one's the third place anymore. we are going to show good job to Meg, speaking of Meg, who got an honorable mention, and Tyson Rollins from Death Picnic Aftermath. I like saying that name, who also got honorable mention, which means you're up, Amber. Tell us about this picture. Third place. Were these actual grapes? They kept on saying grapes, but I'm not sure. I guess it is kind of look like a grape plant. This is you, Amber.
Okay, yep, that's mine. But I didn't hear what place it is. Sorry.
You got third place here. So tell us, is this grapes or is this something else? Or
This was up Francis Peak Road, so it was just some weird berry that we stopped in the middle of the road and turned on our flashers so we wouldn't get hit and pulled out our macros.
Nice.
So yeah, it was pretty grainy. I had to run some noise wear on it, but it worked really good.
Awesome.
It was
And
like
if you guys didn't,
night, it was pretty dark.
oh my, if you guys didn't hear the story before, they tried to go up to Francis Peak and there had been snow. And that's not a road you want to go on when there's snow.
We did like a 30 million point turn in the snow to turn back around.
Oh no. All right, we have, what's that?
We're alive.
Oh,
We're good.
still alive, but barely breathing. Dustin Lefevre, Team of the Good Light, at what I was thinking wasn't going to be the popular place to go. The International Peace Gardens was kind of like this, I'll put it in there and see if anyone jumps on it, because this is fall colors, people. This is like this opportunity to get awesome fall colors. And he went to the International Peace Gardens and killed it with pictures that I know that he's very capable at, because he's done before. He played in the very first competition where I invited like 10 people just to make sure it worked. And he did some shots like this that also killed. It actually killed me because I was in that competition. And mainly he did this picture, which took first place, with that amazing lighting or just editing or whatever. I don't know. I wish, Dustin, you were in here to tell us what was going on. Also at the International Peace Gardens.
I would love to know how he captured the light and did it. It's pretty incredible.
All right, we are going to move on to product photography. Oh, hey, let's talk for a moment. Now we're here to celebrate, but I just wanted to kind of razz them a little bit that the A team didn't make it in on that category, and really not on the previous category either. Just Jake getting on there. But they did some good it did good on some other categories. So we're going to product, where I'm trying to say that Jake and Brandon both got honorable mention in the product division. And here is third place from Team Ramrod. Were you there for this one, Viraj?
I wasn't there for this one, but I think this could have been shot by Joe the same night of the day we had the starting of the competition, and yeah, he did not sleep at all. Actually, he was just shooting the whole time.
Oh wow! I saw his message about, he's like, "This has brought me back like the joy that I remember from photography," or something to that effect.
Yeah, that reflects from his talk. So he loves taking pictures, and he didn't sleep at all. He messaged us in the morning saying, "I didn't sleep. I was just doing pictures all night." I'm like, okay.
We are super excited to create the ability coming up soon. Next thing on the programmers list, unless there's something that breaks before then, the ability for you guys to upload some more pictures. We would love to see. They'll go on your profile, and I'm sure people would love to see them. This picture, I'm sure, I would assume, I'm hoping Redmond Company would want this one as well, because that's pretty good. But we'll go to another picture from the Redmond Company and have Amber tell us a little bit about this picture from Mike Johnson. Mike, you're in the chat.
He's a fantastic product photographer. It was really a job. We actually made fajitas this night and ate them.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, we totally did. We had a set of fajitas that were done just for the shot. It didn't make it in this. It didn't place, but dripped in oil and tons of salt, so you could see the salt. And one of us accidentally ate it, and it was not good at all.
Oh no. Well, that one was awesome, and it was hard to beat this one, which was just so spectacularly done and lit.
It's a great product shot.
It makes real salt look. That's one real picture right there. And I'm sure they'll probably want both of them. Well, one of them kind of focuses more on the salt. One of them focuses more on the bottle. Just an awesome shot from Team Death Picnic Aftermath. Death Picnic Aftermath. All right, let's move on to the street photography division, where we have the A-Team and Meg Willer, both taking honorable mention. And then Prajit, who took third place. I remember him coming to the headquarters and saying, last night I did these pictures, and I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. And I am happy to see that it ended up in the top 3.
I love this shot.
That is Prajit. I can tell you that much. That is Prajit in the picture. He went out and ran back and forth a few times, trying to get himself centered in the right spot. There was a lot of discussion about these final 2 images. You remember this in the judging? This photojournalism shot took second place. They loved it. And they loved the first place one as well. But just the kid, the expression, the cropping was hard, and they recognized the reason was probably because it was so instantaneous. It's just one of those things. The first place image, though, we already know. I posted on Instagram because I just think, what a cool little scenario here. Oh wait, this is you, Viraj.
Yeah, that is correct. That is me.
Tell us about this. Let's do that. I love this.
Well, I'll make it quick. So I've tried this shot a number of times. This is outside. This is just very close to my apartment, and I've tried to getting this shot a number of times before, but people always move or something happens. And then I wanted to try this for the competition, and luckily the rain helped, and there were very few people on the station, and I was able to get a lot of shots. And this shot was selected by members of my team, and they really liked it, and they were like, this is what we want you to submit. So I did, and it worked out. So it was raining pretty heavy.
Well,
I'm glad I got it.
Good job, then.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, that was first place. So we're going to move on over into thematic. Is that correct? Are we in thematic already? Yeah. We are third place, Ian Handley from Death Picnic Aftermath. Oh, this is the Explore theme. So we got a photographer out there exploring. First of all, Braxton, your teammate barely beat you out. So you and Dustin Lefevre, honorable mention there. And then Ian Cox, ladies and gentlemen, Ian Cox gets second place with his picture of his lovely Meg Wheeler from Team Ranrod. And we're going to move over quickly on into the top place image. And that was also Explore. And this is Explore. Wait, no, this last one was Compete. This one is Explore. The A-Team. I wish there was someone from the A-Team here to tell us about this, because we wondered in the judging, composite, where was the lighting coming from? How are they holding the lighting from them as well? So we can't be too sad that they drove 2 hours out to to the sand dunes in order to get night skies and star pictures, because David Martinez got a first place image out of it, and another image earlier that they got as well. So pretty cool. And then we'll go to Waterscape. Our final. This has been kind of fun. I could have done this so much faster, but I've had a lot of fun going through them, and it's been enjoyable. Fun little experience. All right, A-Team. You had another one and this one, which is third place in the Waterscape. But first of all, Tyson Rollins and Kenyon from The Good Light both got honorable mention. And Jake, this picture did super well. It was a tough division. And there you go. I don't know what to say about that. They're not here. We don't have to stop with them. We'll talk more about this one and have Amber tell us a little bit about Mike Johnson's shot with a drone, I'm assuming.
No, yes, that was a drone.
Yeah.
I don't know. We went to Francis Peak. He shot that one himself. All
Cool.
alone. But yeah, Willard Bay is kind of an ugly little bay.
Is it?
Yeah, we don't love it. We live by it, so we chose it. But I kind of liked his take on making it look nicer than it really is. But I know
Well,
when they judged it, they said they hated the color of the water, but that's kind of the color of the water. So I
black
guess
and white, baby.
makes you want to go swimming in it.
Or not. Let's not have you know what, like, I'll take some. The State Park Service gave me a list, and I was like, hey, what about Willard Bay? We got another state park that has water. And I remember I've taken a few pictures of Willard Bay years and years ago when I very first started photography, and it was one of my favorite landscape pictures for a long time, with the mountains behind it.
Mm-hmm.
You had to kind of like walk around to the other side of the bay and get the mountains.
Right.
I had that in mind. I was like, are they going to find some of these sweet spots?
And it was,
Well, he found a cool spot.
the map actually limited us to going to the other side of the lake.
It didn't go quite far enough, huh?
No,
I put it around there a little bit.
not quite far enough
All
to
right.
the mountains.
Well, he did a good job.
We like it.
He definitely got a job. And there is a prize out there for drone photography from a
He's
drone school.
really wanting that prize.
Okay. See how that goes then.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to first place from Team Death Picnic Aftermath. Such a unique picture. Such a super unique, awesome picture. And a great way to end off the evening. So, yeah, Mandy, the water's so ugly colored. That was Mike was saying that about his own picture. All right.
We don't swim in that lake.
Yeah.
Not very much.
Right. But Ian took the opportunity to go up to Teapot and Lily Lake. Last year we gave it a Mirror Lake to the advanced category, and we said, well, we still love the Uintas. Let's give them a couple of smaller pondish, sort of medium-sized lakes, Teapot and Lily. And he nailed it and took advantage of that snow, which I think is awesome. All right, so we are going to now present the advanced category. And we have the top images here, like you've seen. We have the top images, here, the top ones, so any public people can go in there and go, dang, Gina, look at these pictures. And this is awesome. See the teams that played. See the subjects that they had the options to photograph. See the top images. Oh, we're going to skip teams. Go see some of the prizes. Smug Mug. The photography decathlon. We give one prize away, which is this gold trophy. Let me go back to my picture of myself here, because I have it sitting right here. The gold trophy is basically the ability, your name, any products you get from us will be in gold. Not like actual gold, gold colored. So like the name on the website, once we get around to programming that, but also the hats that we give them. And the shirts are the same shirts, but they get the option of getting them in gold. And then the other prize that we've listed is also that we're actually giving them a hat and shirt. So we do have prints, free prints, for first and second place.
We can't see the screen. We're only seeing you.
Well, still,
Nice as
first
that
and
is.
second place. We'll go back to that. And if they desire, they get to go on the AVC4 appearance. There's no monetary value to a couple of these things, but a lot of good prestige value if they'd like. And both top three teams, which you can cheat and see how it's going already, you'll know that the top three teams were the photographers, good job, Amber, Ramrod, and the A-team. Looks like we got the right teams in on this discussion here.
That's awesome. We just didn't want to come in last, so we're thrilled.
Congrats.
And we did this is where we have instant replay, just so you know. We have instant replay. If anyone says, like the A-team, look, we posted a picture and it was said that it was from Inside Peak. It wasn't. That's still a deduction, but we can go and see if it's a different deduction. But I can tell you right now, it's not going to make a difference. So, and then, but if something like that happens, but it's pretty easy. All three pictures are labeled something, they get a deduction. So anyways, there is instant replay for a little bit, but I stressed about this. I looked over again and again at the pictures at the different teams that uploaded the three. Obviously, there were some teams that didn't submit all 30, mostly in intermediate. They weren't even in the running, really, because they didn't submit all 30. How are you going to be in the running if you didn't submit all 30? So there we go. If there are, that's the drum roll. That's the end of the celebration. Now we play the song "Celebrate Good Times." Ian, you jumped in. What do you have to say?
You didn't do the top photographers, I think.
Oh, good call, ladies and gentlemen. For bragging rights only.
Nice.
What I want to say here for a moment. I don't know Tyson Rollins as well, but I know that Meg is she's getting into photography, and she had a super high score. And what I want to say to Team Ramrod, almost in jest to you and Ian, why didn't you let her submit more pictures? You guys would have done better, because she had good points. She only submitted 5, though. Stop holding her back, guys.
So Mike wants to know about the best drone shot.
That partner decides the best drone shot.
Okay.
And the governor decided the best capital shot, and that's amongst all divisions, right? So it could be from intermediate or advanced. And that was the same thing with the capital. And I do have a video of the governor showing his favorite picture of the capital. I'll have to get that sent to me. They sent it on text. I don't know if that's good enough quality. I'll have to take it from my phone and upload it. And then I'll do that online, though. Let's see here. Any questions about that? Yeah, so we have Tyson and then Derek, which we saw his name quite a few times, Dustin, and Brandon. All right. Okay. I need a good closer for this, like a good closing song. Good job, everybody. You're all a bunch of winners. You won. Good job. The photography decathlon. Oh, wait, I need to go in and do that PHP thing so that it's all public, right?
Yeah.
All right, let me figure this out. I can do it online if you want.
So all that stuff is going to be posted to the website then?
Yeah, this page will be posted, which is a public page. And then the next step is getting all of the personal information for you, because we programmed so much last year, or this year, that some of the features, I just have to double check they're all still working from last year. We were able to show everyone all their points from every picture and see how they did. And they could obsess on that. It's kind of like, I don't really want to post those. I think scores are kind of overrated. They're fun. I have a love-hate relationship with them. I debated about scores even for top photographers, but there was no prize, so it didn't matter too much. So, let me go find out where we make that. We will leave it to who wants to say a couple words. Jake, a representative of the A team. This is your moment to speech.
We just want to make sure nobody ever gets to ever wear the gold shirt ever besides us.
Even when next year when we have, I've talked to Nikon, to Canon, to Mac Group, to Smug Mug, all about having teams here.
Well, yeah, obviously we'll be one of their teams and we'll still win it again.
You're going to be one of their teams, not compete against their teams.
Yeah, exactly. No, I missed I only was able to jump back on. I missed the announcement, but I hear from my teammates that we won. Is that true?
Yes. So do you want to thank your mother and father for...
On behalf of my team, we thank you, Jarvie, for providing this experience for us. It's amazing.
Oh, stop.
And thanks to Jarvie's mom, too.
Okay, good. Good. She is definitely having a really rough time right now, actually. So that is very nice of you. Where is the PHP thing? Ah, crap.
Oh, no, press the PHP thing.
The MySQL database. He's like, I'll give it to you. Next year, we're just going to have a little button when I click on the online, but you have to, like, program stuff. Buttons don't just magically appear, apparently. I'm like, I want to release this on a show with a button and an awesome, like, unicorn that flies over the screen and, like, crowns someone with a golden diamond encrusted, yeah.
By the way, in the first division for 2015 Photo Deca trial, the places are all wrong for at least the people category. It shows Scott Jarvie photo as winning first place.
What is this?
I think somebody's been tinkering with your website.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, this is not right. The judging was never even done for this competition. So, everyone's not even seeing it, but yeah, we're getting rid of these old pages too, so that's not a big deal. Sorry, guys. I'm like, I can do this off air. If you've now joined us, thanks for tuning in. Goodbye. And for those that want to wait and watch me try to find this thing, you can wait. Talks amongst each other.
You need to give us
The
a
show's
topic.
ended. Okay. Amber.
Yes.
Your topic is... oh. No. What would you do next time? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about the next competition? And if so, what is like, are you kind of a strategy person? What are you thinking?
I'm more of a shoot 1,000 pictures and get one right person. No, I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a landscape photographer at all. So I don't know. We were looking forward to playing with models, and we got stuck with Mike, so that was hard.
Oh.
JK, Mike. I don't know. We didn't really strategize. We did split out our locations. 3 of us were from up north. So we hit Logan and Spiral Jetty and Tony's Grove and Willard Bay, while we had Little Maybo down in Salt Lake just hitting everything Salt Lake City. So maybe
Which there's a lot of.
Yeah, which there was a lot of. We did stay the night after the opening ceremony, or the opening night, and did try to do some night photography on Main Street. But that was wet and not fun.
Bo, tell us what you would do next time.
Sorry, my connection dropped off there. The thing that I'd do next time, I mean, you know, Nathan and I, we've already talked about this. You know we can compete in the advanced division. We want to get the rest of our team up there, so that's one of our objectives. We really like the way that we've done it the past couple of times, where we've had some time together as a team, because that's a lot of fun. It's a lot funner to shoot with a group of people than to just go off on your own. At the same time, it was really nice to have everybody go and shoot something different, so then you're able to cover a lot more ground. So, you know, I think that going into the advanced division, we'll probably end up doing more individual shooting just because of the sheer distance between locations. You know, but we try to hit some of those target-rich environments where you can hit multiple different categories in the same neighborhood, so you're not having to travel so far. Even though some of those places outside are fantastic, it's just logistically it's hard to do sometimes.
Okay, Jake. Just go to Virage. We've heard enough from Jake. Sheesh.
Sorry. Well, what am I answering? What we do next?
Yeah.
Well,
What do we do next year?
I'm going to carry a notepad with myself and start taking notes everywhere I go. So when you give locations, I will quickly browse to it. I'm like, okay, this is what you do. Strategize. It's tough competition. You gotta get ready.
I think we're going to sleep more next year.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to post these live and wait for the programmer to make it work. All that is really trying to make it work is so that when you go to past events and click on 2016 in the header, it goes to this page. But I can give you the page. I can post the page online for everyone. No problemo. Once I find it again, where did it go? Anyways, those are the final words. I'm going to post these online. Everyone enjoy that, and look forward for the see how the rest of your pictures did. The scores for those.
Sounds great.
When did you say that? When did you say that was gonna be posted?
Oh, Ian.
Yes.
I will go through it tomorrow and make sure it's all working still after all the months of programming that we did on the site. We're just kind of, it existed last year. It showed off the points, and then the teams got to see, you know, their results and some fun little statistics about their team and how team members did and how they did in different categories.
That's actually something that I'm pretty excited about because, like me personally, I kind of got added to the team with Braxton and Tyson, and they've been doing photography a lot longer than I have, and so, you know, they've got a lot more confidence, I think, just because they've had their work out there for a lot longer. And so, to me, even though I think that the scoring is, like you said, you know, maybe a little bit arbitrary in some regards, it's, you know, any feedback to me is good feedback.
Yeah, once we have a lot more judges and excited about it, and the prestige is a little higher, I believe. We're asking a lot of the judges as it is. They spent hours on each one of the stages. when we get a lot more people and they get a little bit more into it, we may ask them to do a little bit more and give a little bit more feedback if they can. There's a lot of pictures to go through, but
Yeah, absolutely.
we love hearing that. And one day, my goal is to facilitate that. So
did you just do this once a year then?
right now, it's once a year, so I could even I'm pretty much announce it. We're just going to get the website rolling here pretty soon, and in the next couple of weeks, we're going to allow you guys to jump in and start creating your teams for next year. And then a little bit later in 2017, we'll start allowing you to make those teams official. But right now, you can like do the sandbox and like, we're going to create this team. We're going to have a lot of teams listed there and kind of start promoting, I guess, 11 months earlier than we promoted this last one.
Nice.
But I don't see necessarily a reason why we couldn't do it again, especially with all the website stuff coming. That's the stress. I had nights where I was, let's put it this way, I don't get stressed hardly ever in my life. And I was so stressed I felt like I was going to throw up.
Oh, man.
It was definitely a building experience, like just getting everything done in a short period of time, and put it on myself, so it's not like feel bad for me, like I did it to myself. But all right.
Did you say you posted that page somewhere?
No, because I've been sitting here talking to you guys. All right.
I just came out a little bit late, so I didn't see the whole thing.
Okay, there it is. Now we're gonna go over to, and when the people that didn't watch this to the very end, because heaven help them if they watch to the very end, but that's not too bad, it's only 2 hours. Let them know when they're like, hey, what happened to my scores and this and that, kind of help me out. Like, it's coming next. You'll see all your scores from every picture from your team. All right, there it is. Cool information. All right, thanks for showing. It is now live, and I'll show in different places. Let me just double check by opening it in an incognito window to make sure it worked. Yeah, it did. Okay, good. That means it for sure is live. Is it live in? Oh, it's now live in the header, so you don't even need the link. Good job. I think whatever I did must have fixed that. And if you see any problems on the website, send them my way. I'll add them to the list of lots of problems that I've seen. All right. Thanks, everyone, for joining.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Thanks.
Have a good night.